The Undergraduate Student Government is holding debates tonight at 7. We'll go over how the candidates and how to vote.
The United States Senate passed a $95 billion aid bill for Ukraine and Israel, but House Speaker Mike Johnson has other plans.
Lyft and Uber drivers are planning a strike for Valentine's Day. See how this may affect students across campus and beyond.
Annenberg TV News is next.
It's almost time for students to vote for who will lead the undergraduate student body for the 2024-25 school year. Hi, I'm Jack Kruger.
I'm Makayla. Idelburg. Tonight, Senate candidates will speak starting at 7, with the presidential debate following at 8. We spoke with the USG Chief Justice who will be moderating tonight's debate.
I think it gives the students like one opportunity to engage directly with the candidate. So you get to see how they present their platforms. You can see kind of, what they care about beyond what you might see on social media. And we'll start off with just like some general, like moderated style questions, get into more like substantive topics. So talking about everything from campus safety to Greek life to, just all the like issues that students or topics that students generally care about.
Voting for USG opens just a week from today, so it's a good time to ask students what they're looking for in a student government candidate.
I think someone who's had a lot of experience at USC, in different groups, whether it's volunteering and professionally, so someone with a variety of interests.
Letting people know where they are, and what to do in certain situations. I feel like a little bit of street knowledge can go a long way.
Here are so many international students from China, India, or someplace else. Maybe more activities for them.
Definitely, since I'm a senior, I would like to see different initiatives and how they're going to shape the campus even after I leave. So, yeah.
Tonight, we're continuing to profile the candidates for USG president. One team is hoping to bring a, quote, bold, unapologetic change to USC political science and public relations major known as Docity, the first drag candidate running for president. Their running mate, Abitha Nunes, is the first black candidate in 3 years. Docity and Nunes say they will address student basic needs in their platform.
We should really be focusing on basic needs and making sure that those things are A, transparent, again, are being shared with the people who it's affecting the most, and then B, also being made happen faster.
Everything else comes after the fact that our students need to be, they need a place to sleep. They need a place to eat. They need to be able to afford to live. We have been advocating for students, advocating for a lot of people who don't even have a center or a safe space at this school to go to.
Docity and Nunes also say they want to improve transparency in USG's distribution of funds to student organizations. Their platform also outlines their plan to remove statues on campus that are associated with violence and build bridges between USC and neighboring communities. Once again, voting for USG begins next week. Students can vote at usg.usc.edu/elections. Watch tonight's USG campaign debate on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Annenberg Media.
Flight attendants from 7 different airlines had a nationwide walkout today. Vincent and Demonte went to LAX to find out what they are demanding.
For many, LAX is the gateway to the friendly skies. But it's the not-so-friendly skies that have brought flight attendants to the streets.
Today, we are looking for a big raise. Cost of living has gone way up. A lot of flight attendants are having trouble paying for essential things. There are a lot of things that each company can do better, and it's time for them to do so.
The striking workers represent 7 airlines, including American, United, and Southwest.
While thousands of flight attendant workers may be protesting behind me, LAX is not the only side of these protests. Over 30 other airports across the United States are also doing similar protests in support of higher wages for flight attendants, not only across the country, but internationally as well.
Workers are hoping to get retirement benefits, more flexible schedules, and pay for time spent working. Some members of the California legislature are working behind the scenes to improve conditions for workers.
Today we're introducing a bill to extend unemployment insurance to striking workers. Try again this year to make sure that folks who go on strike can still put food on their table and pay their rent.
Earlier today, flight attendants for Alaskan Airlines voted overwhelmingly to join the picket lines. As many workers told me, there is power in numbers.
Stronger together, better together. That's all that matters.
Corporate greed has got to go. It's time for it to end.
We reached out to the airlines for a comment, but have not yet received a response. The unions are continuing to talk with the airlines and hope to bring about some long-awaited change. For Annenberg Media, I'm Vincent Demonte.
Planning on using Uber or Lyft this Valentine's Day? You may need to find another mode of transportation.
If I know USC students, they will be crafty, creative with their efforts to make their plans happen. I've never seen something like a strike deter students from actually getting to where they want to go.
Yeah, people are just going to try and find alternatives, and some people are definitely going to be pissed about it because they'll just be like, I can't just order.
Is there someone that I can complain to? Because it's like an issue, I feel like a very big issue, not having the access. Just having that Lyft thing is like easy.
Thousands of drivers for rideshare and food delivery apps are expected to go on strike tomorrow. They're demanding fair pay and accusing companies like Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash of taking profits, making it harder for drivers to earn a living wage.
Uber drivers need fair wages, you know what I mean? Like, Uber's making all this money, and I mean, I get it, they're connecting everybody, but they're taking more of the share that they should, which isn't fair to a daily Uber driver, especially someone that does it for like a living. There's one way to hit them. This is one way to do it, especially on Valentine's Day.
Drivers are also advocating for safer working conditions. Tomorrow's strike will take place in several cities across the U.S. and in the UK.
If you still need a ride tomorrow, you could use public transportation. More Angelenos are relying on the metro now more than ever since the pandemic. The public transport system reported an 11.6% ridership increase in 2023. According to its website, Metro fully restored bus services to its pre-pandemic level last year. The process also included the opening of the new light rail line, the K line that runs from LA to Inglewood. New transit operators and security personnel were also hired.
Well, just the availability of the UPass to undergraduate students and literally doubled overnight. You know, the fact that it was offered for free or available for free really generated probably about a threefold interest in the graduate student program. And of course, like I said, on the undergraduate side, it was from 0 to 6,000 people asking for cards.
Metro reported a total of over 280 million boardings in 2023. That's an 11.6% increase from the year before. These numbers include student UPass users. We asked USC students what they think about the UPass.
I don't think I've used it, but I've heard of it, like in an email, I think. Yeah.
Sure. So I'm a frequent USC UPass user. I don't have a car, so I always go on Metro. I found out about it through like Reddit. And I think it's pretty convenient.
Students can take advantage of free Metro services by signing up for the UPass program and getting their cards from the USC Transportation Office.
We have some breaking news now from Capitol Hill. Let's toss it to Santa for the latest.
The House has voted to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Mayorkas is the first cabinet secretary to be impeached in nearly 150 years.
On this vote, the yeas are 214 and the nays are 213. The resolution is adopted.
The House vote tally was 214 to 213, with 3 Republicans siding with Democrats voting against the impeachment. House Republicans failed to impeach Mayorkas in a vote last week. They claim he has committed high crimes and misdemeanors for his handling of the southern border. In other political news, the Senate earlier today passed a bipartisan aid bill. The bill will give $95 billion in foreign aid to several countries facing conflicts. $60 billion will go to Ukraine in their war against Russia, $14 billion will go to Israel in their war against Hamas, $8 billion will go to Taiwan to counter its tensions with China, and $10 billion will go to humanitarian aid for civilians in conflict zones. The bill was passed in a 70 to 29 vote, earning overwhelming support from both Democrats and Republicans. But members opposing the bill are still unhappy with the lack of action being taken at the U.S. border with Mexico, a disagreement that stopped the aid package from being passed sooner.
I don't see the border issue as connected in subject to the other issues. It's part of the political maneuvering. I'll do this for you if you do this for me. But I think the Republicans prefer to have the border issue to use later on during the election. I mean, I think the question is what will happen in the House? Will they be able to promote this discharge petition and bring it onto the floor in spite of the House leaders' opposition to that?
Speaker of the House Mike Johnson has said he will not consider any deal that does not address the conflicts at the border.
Thanks, Hannah, for that Capitol Hill rundown. Anyways, New Yorkers flocked to the polls today to fill former Congressman George Santos' position. Santos was ousted from Congress for ethics violations. He is a Republican who flipped the House seat from Democrats. Democrat Tom Suozzi and Republican E. Mazi Pilip are competing for the empty seat in the House. The election is pivotal for both parties as Republicans attempt to solidify their majority in the House, and Democrats are eager to get the seat back.
Suozzi versus Mazi. And if you want change in Washington, vote for Tom Suozzi, because I'm the one pushing for bipartisan solutions to try to work together to solve the problems. Enough of this BS in Washington, D.C., with everybody just attacking each other.
The Long Island polls closed at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Meantime, the big blizzard hit New York hard and may have reduced voter turnout. We have an important correction regarding our coverage of the Rafah protest yesterday in Westwood. Our reporter said millions of innocent lives have been lost in the Israel-Hamas war. However, the correct number includes more than 28,000 Palestinians killed in the Gaza territory, according to the Associated Press, and at least 1,200 Israelis killed by Hamas since the war began October 7th. We understand the importance of accurate reporting. We deeply regret any confusion or misunderstanding that may have resulted from yesterday's broadcast.
Coming up, the Charlotta Bass Journalism and Justice Lab celebrated its namesake today.
Mardi Gras celebrations underway at LA's original farmers market. We have a reporter there live at the festivities.
And it's Valentine's Day. See what the holiday means and how some students are celebrating their friends.
Let me tell you how we amplify our Latina voices. Check out Dímelo. We have it all. Deportes.
Entertainment. Noticias. ¿Qué tal? Soy Mariela Gómez y bienvenidos a Dime la Hora.
Radio and podcasting.
Comida y cultura. Digital social media.
¿A qué equipo le vas tú? LA Galaxy o LAFC? Dímelo is the only Latina-focused media outlet at USC. Dímelo. We have it all.
Dímelo. We have it all.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pet, the pottery that grows. It's fun and easy. Soak your chia, spread the seeds, keep it watered, and watch it grow. And now grow a whole collection of fun with chia teddy bears, puppies, kittens, rams, bulls. There's even a chia tree to keep your pets company. Chia Pets and Trees, the pottery that grows.
The Chia Pet and Chia Tree are available at Kmart, Rite Aid, Ames, and Woolworth. Makes a great gift.
USC has a media lab dedicated to Charlotta Bass, a black civil rights leader who was also a journalist. The Bass Lab is located at Wallace Annenberg Hall and will make Black history interactive for students.
Malcolm X's third daughter was here at USC today. Ilyasa Shabazz was here in honor of Charlotta Bass Day. Bass was a pioneer in the civil rights movement and journalism. Shabazz reflected on her father's legacy. She also introduced AI interactive interviews. The idea is to speak to deceased civil rights leaders such as Malcolm X.
Ethical AI, it uses natural language processing where we sit with a person all day long, ask about 300 questions, and then the result is people can talk back to the interview and ask it certain things.
Shabazz thinks that Black Asian, Native, and Latin history should be readily available to USC students. This is why she is lending her voice in support of this new AI project.
So many places where young people and old students would love to be the beneficiary of this information. And so the students who are here, sometimes we don't realize all of the opportunities that are at our fingertips.
This groundbreaking oral history highlights the voices of Black Americans who are connected to pivotal moments in our nation's fight for social justice. A senior fellow is hopeful that the interactive interviews can inform culturally sensitive storytelling.
Always been passionate about telling stories that are overlooked and underseen. So the ability to have this be the first of its kind directly speaks to my spirit. And
the official Charlotta Bass Day is her birthday, tomorrow, February 14th. For Annenberg Media, I'm Kaleef Starks.
Now, love is in the air, and not just for couples. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, but today is Galentine's Day. Galentine's Day celebrates friendships. Students around campus are feeling especially festive as they express their appreciation for this day.
Hey, if you don't have a Valentine's Day, just hang out with your homies. It's better that way anyway.
I don't know, I might do a little something. I'm already getting lunch with my friends, so maybe I'll just be like, oh, Galentine's Day lunch.
I think it's awesome. I mean, I've never celebrated Valentine's Day with someone, but I celebrate with my friends, so I love my friends every year. Happy Galentine's Day.
Ladies, if you don't have a significant other, don't worry, it's fine. Go out with your gals for Galentine's Day.
Well, happy Galentine's Day, Makayla, and all my single ladies out there. Keeping with the theme of festivities, today is officially Mardi Gras. Reporter Aditya Thiyag live from Mid-City where the fun and festivities are getting started. Aditya?
Thanks, Jack. I'm here at the original Farmers Market here in LA where the annual Mardi Gras festivities are back in full swing. There's some great food being served right now, everything from beignets and gumbo all the way to jambalaya. Tonight's festivities are even concluding with a performance by the Nervous Brothers. Mardi Gras, or as it's colloquially called, Fat Tuesday, is the final day of the Christian festive season prior to the Holy Day of Prayer, Ash Wednesday. It is marked by people gathering together to feast on rich food and delicacies before the roughly 6-week fasting period of Lent. While festivities vary across the world, the uniting factor is the food-based celebration that attendees relish in. The performance by the Nervous Brothers today is going from 6 to 8:30 p.m. So if you have time, come on down to the historic Farmers Market. You'll enjoy some great food, an awesome live performance, and what people from New Orleans call the greatest free show on earth. For Annenberg Media, I'm Aditya Thiyag. Back to you guys in the studio.
Awesome. I've always wanted to try out Mardi Gras, but it's so cool that it's in LA. Well, it was super rainy last week. Senwin, are we winning with the weather this week?
We are winning with the weather this week, Jack. Welcome back to Weather with a Winner. I'm Senwin Pareja. Now, with Valentine's Day just around the corner, I know you're itching to know whether or not to plan that romantic date in or out. So let's get straight into it. Current conditions are looking at 61 degrees with mostly clear skies, but let's see if that's going to continue throughout the rest of the week with our 5-day forecast. It's a relatively chilly week, staying in the mid to low 60s. On Wednesday, we're going to have partly cloudy skies at 64, and on Thursday, we're going to have that same partly cloudy skies at 67. But on Friday, us SoCal residents are going to have that hint of normalcy at 70 with mostly clear skies. But here's the kicker. On Saturday, while we still have those partly cloudy skies, there will be a slight chance of rain at 66. And then on Sunday, those showers are coming back in full blast at 63. So if you were planning on doing that outdoor picnic, I say go ahead and do it for Valentine's Day. But for Sunday, make sure you get those umbrellas out. It's going to be a wet weekend. How's sports looking, Chris?
Thanks, Senwin. Up next, a USC golfer tries his hand against the pros. And women's basketball stays hot. Find out which guard got it going from three-point land. And finally, with spring sports underway, the women's lacrosse team is already impressive.
Bonjour, je suis le grand musique. Je suis la jeune fille.
Yes, that's French they're speaking. And no, these children aren't French. They're American. And they've acquired their amazing new language skills from Muzzy, the remarkable new video language program for children developed by the British Broadcasting Corporation. With this unique BBC language course, children learn a second language with incredible ease. 4 delightful videos quickly become their favorite TV show and teaches children the same way they learned English. Learning another language becomes fun. You'll be amazed when your children begin speaking and understanding their new language from the very first day through this unique method. The entire course, 4 videos, 2 audio cassettes, the activity book, and the parent's guide and answer book is available in French, Spanish, Italian, or German.
To order, use your credit card and call this number. We'll ship and charge you $28.08 a month for 6 months. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call 1-800-424-0700.
Okay, this stuff is really amazing. I mean, I put it in my mouth and I taste watermelon, but it's not just that. I taste strawberry too, but it's kind of like a watermelon-y strawberry put together. Hey, hang on. Sorry about that. And the bubbles are really awesome. I mean, that's why they call it Max, I guess, obviously. That sort of makes sense once you think about it. Oh, I'm Dan, and that's Chuck. Hubba Max. A whole new kind of bubble. Hey!
Welcome back to ATVN Sports. I'm Thomas Johnson, filling in for Adia Clark.
And I'm Chris Ajose-Nixon. Last night at the Galen Center, the USC women's basketball team extended its winning streak to 4, defeating Arizona 81-64. After a slow start, the Trojans caught fire from deep, shooting 6 for 6 on 3 balls in the second quarter. Kayla Padilla finished with 15 points on 5 made threes and 7 assists, helping light up a crowd that Coach Lindsey Gottlieb really appreciated.
First, I'm going to start with the atmosphere. You know, we had just some really cool people in the locker room, you know, right then, but more so just from where this program has been, especially since I first got here in terms of the level of excitement to where it is now.
The Galen Center has been more active this year, but there are still some empty seats. So, Thomas, if you were Coach Gottlieb, what would you tell the fans as your pitch to, get them to come out to the games?
Well, the thing is, I just think it's an absolute shame that she even has to pitch. It's the top 10 team in the country, and they're already pulling fans like Jason Sudeikis, Will Ferrell, Chris Brown. All of these celebrities are wanting to come to the game. I don't know why USC students aren't wanting to come.
Yeah, and my pitch would kind of be to look towards the future, get in while not everyone's at the games, because in the future they definitely will be. If you look at the recruiting class, they've got number 6 player in the country in wing Kennedy Smith. They've got number 23 player Avery Howell. She's a guard. Number 28 Kaylee Heckel. She's another guard. They've got a ton of talent coming in. This team's going to be making deep tournament runs for the next few years for the foreseeable future.
And Chris, it's unfortunate because the season is really close to being ending. There's only 2 more guaranteed home games, but luckily against 2 ranked teams, I think a lot of fans are going to try to come out. And this is a number 10 team in the country, and they already have wins over the number 2, the number 3, and the number 9 team in the country. It's a really great team. I think that's the only pitch you really need is watch some good basketball, maybe see some celebrities too.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be there. And really, do you need a better reason than getting the chance to catch the Juju Watkins show in person?
Well, Chris, I certainly don't think so. And talking more about Watkins, she continued her dominant season, averaging nearly 36 points across her last 4 games. The star freshman guard picked up her 12th Pac-12 Freshman of the Week award this season as she scored 31 points against Arizona State. Her 32-point performance against Arizona last night was the 9th time she's eclipsed the 30-point mark. She's now 1 high-scoring game away from tying Cheryl Miller's record of 10 30-point games in the 1984-1985 season. Watkins has 6 more regular season games, the Pac-12 tournament and the NCAA tournament to tie or even break the record, and she is all but a lock to win Pac-12 Freshman of the Year.
One of USC's newest sports, women's lacrosse, got started last week, and the 2-0 Trojans lacrosse squad already has some individual awards of their own. After beating Villanova and number 15 Army on the road, attacker Ella Heaney, a grad student, was named Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week, while sophomore midfielder Kate Garrity won the Defensive Player of the Week award. Heaney scored 9 goals with 2 assists, and Garrity forced 4 turnovers last week. USC now holds 37 weekly awards, extending its record for the most in the 7-year history of Pac-12 women's lacrosse.
Shane French of USC Men's Golf got a taste of the pros yesterday, competing in the collegiate showcase of the Genesis Invitational. The senior was one of 15 college players competing in the showcase, but unfortunately, French finished close to the bottom of the pack. Ending the round at 6 above par, French placed 6 strokes behind the winner of the showcase, Cole Rook of Boise State. French is flirting with the pros ends before Valentine's Day, but he still has the rest of his collegiate career to finish off. USC men's golf heads to Hawaii to compete in the John Burns Intercollegiate Tournament starting this Thursday. Well, that's all we have for sports. I hope everyone has a little bit more of a happier Valentine's Day than I do. I'm Thomas Johnson.
And I'm Chris Ajose-Nixon. I don't have any plans either. Maybe we can go grab a bite to eat. Let's see.
I love that. I love that, Chris.
Let's see if Makayla at the monitor has any ideas on where to go.
Thanks, Chris. And honestly, we're going to see Liv's Culture Bites today with Janey and Makayla, or Happy Lunar New Year. We hope to see you guys enjoy this Chinese festivity soon.
Let me tell you how we amplify our Latine voices. Check out Dímelo. We have it all. Deportes.
Entertainment. Noticias. ¿Qué tal? Soy Mariela Gómez y bienvenidos a Dime la Hora.
Radio and podcasting.
Comida y cultura. Digital social media.
¿A qué equipo le vas tú? LA Galaxy o LAFC? Dímelo is the only Latina-focused media outlet at USC. Dímelo. We have it all.
Dímelo. We have it all.
Want quality name brand carpet for less?
Call Empire and you can get quality carpet at the lowest price guaranteed. And no payments for 1 year.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
I've replaced your shoelaces with fruit by the foot.
So you did. I replaced your fingers with fruit by the foot.
Bravo. I've replaced your bones with fruit by the foot.
Indeed you have. I replaced your guitar strings with fruit by the foot.
Seems like a step backwards, but alright. I've replaced your DNA with fruit by the foot. That would be end game, my friend.
Fruit by the foot. Fruit-flavored snack.
Again, Janey and Makayla, or Happy Lunar New Year. This past weekend marked the beginning of the Year of the Dragon. For this week's Culture Bites, reporter Liv Kelleher checked out one local Chinese restaurant to taste the dishes they're making for the celebrations.
Cities across the world came together to celebrate the Lunar New Year and welcome in the Year of the Dragon. One local Chinese restaurant is bringing traditional flavors of celebration right to the USC community.
Lunar New Year is like just the biggest day of all the Asian, I would say. It's just like Christmas, you know, so everybody gather together, like families, just having dinner together.
The dishes served on Lunar New Year symbolize what you hope to manifest into your life. Dumplings are traditionally eaten in the north of China and are said to bring you wealth in the new year. Northern Cafe is hand-making their dumplings every day. Their boat-like shape resembles ancient currency used in Imperial China, and they say the more that you eat, the richer you become. Noodles symbolize longevity and are a must-have on any Lunar New Year menu. The beef noodle soup is one of Northern Cafe's signature dishes, with a rich beef broth, steamed bok choy, and chewy hand-pulled noodles. Egg rolls are a classic Chinese dish. The golden brown, perfectly fried exterior is meant to resemble a gold bar and is said to bring you renewed prosperity. So whether you're in a celebratory mood or just looking for a comforting bite, Northern Cafe is serving up authentic Chinese flavors every day of the week. For Annenberg Media, I'm Liv Kelleher.
Yum, what a delicious place to celebrate the Year of the Dragon. I gotta head there. Well, thanks for watching Annenberg TV News. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Jack Kruger. Before we go out, I want to wish a very happy birthday to one of our directors in the control room. Happy birthday, Srinidhi.
And I'm Makayla Idelburg. Happy birthday again. For more coverage, watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Annenberg Media. Thank you and good night.